is the Home and Forces program. In today's Break for Music, you will hear not Reverend All West as billed in the Radio Times, but Robb Wilton, who's very kindly come along at short notice. The program is presented for the Department of National Service Entertainment by Stephen Williams.
Now, how do you do, everybody? Here we are in the canteen of a war factory somewhere in the south. He's not Mr. Muddlecombe today, but I believe he's come here in the person of the local food controller. Anyway, here he is, Robb Wilton.
I'm the food controller from Nether Backwash. Well, I don't half get in some mix-ups on this job, I'll give you my word. Only the other day I was in the office and a woman came in and she handed me a ration book. And I said to her, I looked at it and I said, "You should have been here a month ago with this." She said, "I know," but she said, "I couldn't get here. I had an accident." I said, "Oh, what was the accident?" She said, "Well," she said, "she was stooping down in the middle of the road, tying her shoelace when a tram car came up from behind and struck her a severe blow on the 23rd of July. I said, "Where was the tram going?" She said, "That's got nothing at all to do." She said, "They've no right to take me for a terminus." I said to her, I said, "Now, wait a minute." I said, "There's one thing we've got to be very particular about, and that's the date." I said, "Now, are you sure it was the 23rd? She said, "Absolutely certain." I said, "What makes you so certain?" She said, "Well," she said, "the number on the tram, on the front of the tram, the part that struck her, was also 23, and it's imprinted on her memory." But my missus, she asks such silly questions. You've no idea. She said, "What do you do all day at the food office?" I said, "I'm the food controller." She said, She said, "I thought that was Lord Wilton." I said, "Yeah, well, he's one as well." I said, "He can't do it all by himself." She said, "Well," but she says, what do you do?" I said, I provide the food for thousands." She said, "You do?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Before you got this job, you couldn't provide food for me an hour at it." She said, "And you're the food provider?" I said, "That's not the word, not provider." I said, "I'm the controller." She said, "Well, control what?" I said, "Well, you know that egg we had 2 years ago, last Good Friday?" She said, "Yeah." Well, I said, "I control that." She said, "Blimey, it's more than I could do. You ate it." I said, "Yeah, well," I said, "it was my turn." She said, "Well, when is it my turn?" I said, "Nobody knows." I said, "You've got to wait your turn." She said, "I've got to wait me turn." I said, "Yeah." She said, "The egg will have turned long before that." Oh, but she talks such a lot of nonsense. She said, "And do you control the onions as well?" I said, "Yes. Every onion that comes into this town has to pass through my hands." She said, "Every onion has to pass through you?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, I wish you do the cooking. I haven't tasted the flavour of an onion for months." And she said, "You mean to tell me that every onion has to pass through your hands?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Well, when they're passing through your hands," she said, Can't you slip one? She said, do you work with your sleeves? She said, do you work with your sleeves rolled up or what? No good. She said, how did you come to get this job as food controller? I said, because of the shortage. She said, I know that. I know you wouldn't have got a job if there hadn't been a shortage.